We have some great advice for you this morning. Our financial expert, Drew Blees, joining us to tell us a few things that we should not do with our money.
Yeah, the first thing you should not do with your money is if you're getting married, don't spend too much money on your wedding. The average wedding in the United States, people spend over $32,000.
Wow.
That doesn't even count how much they spend on their honeymoon. It's amazing. 45% of people that are planning their wedding go over budget when they're planning it, and 26% of people don't even have a budget when they're planning a wedding. And let me ask you a question. Do you think it's better to spend more money or less money on your wedding when you're getting married?
I think we'd all like to spend a lot of money, but I think it's better to not spend a lot of money if you can help it.
Yeah, it's funny. A recent study, you think, oh, I want to lavish my wife, I want to spend all this money, but it actually shows from Emory University that if you spend $20,000 or more on your wedding, you're actually more likely to get divorced than if you spent under $20,000 a year on your wedding. So guys, if you want to stay married, spend less on your wedding, and you'll be happy that you did. The next thing people are spending too much money on are these McMansions. People are actually spending a lot more money on their house, and they can't afford these big homes that they have nowadays.
Yeah, you think the bursting of the housing bubble just about like 7 years ago would have cured people from that mistake.
I know, you really would think that, but people, I think, have a short-term memory loss when it comes to spending money. And so what we recommend is put 20% down on your house and don't have your monthly mortgage payment be more than 25% of your take-home pay.
Okay.
So that's a really good tip. And then the next thing that people are doing that's not really wise with their money is they're buying these fancy cars. Everybody's spending money nowadays. It's like they think that the recession's over, let's go spend money. People are spending for their cars $33,000 for the average car. That's more than half of what people are taking home for their average annual income in America today. They're spending on cars.
Yeah, it's like keeping up with the Joneses. I feel like people, get into that mindset, but they're probably going into debt because of these cars.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not buying cars the right way. They are. A lot of these car loans can actually go as far as 6, maybe even 7 years to pay off a car. So what we recommend they do is either save the money and pay cash for a less expensive car. It might take you 3, 4, 5 years, but that way you don't have a payment. Or if you're going to buy a car, buy a used car, get a short-term loan, and try to pay it off as quickly as possible. And the last thing that we want to share is it's just amazing. 12 million Americans are locked in this vicious cycle of 400% payday loans.
Wow.
Yeah, there's actually 2 payday loan stores, these check cashing centers you see all over the place. There's 2 for every 1 Starbucks that you see out there. It's crazy. We all know how many Starbucks that there are.
Yeah, they're like at every corner.
Yeah, well, there's 2 of these payday loans places for every 1 Starbucks. Do not go into debt with these places. The borrower is the slave to the lender.
Thank you so much, Drew. Great advice. We'll have this information on our website as well at TucsonNewsNow.com.